Have you ever felt like your mind isn't as sharp as it used to be? Or perhaps you've noticed that it takes a little longer to get things done, and you're not quite sure why. You're definitely not alone. Many of us, as we get older, start to experience changes in our energy levels, our focus, and even our memory. It can be frustrating and sometimes even a little scary, right? But here's the thing. There are simple things you can do to protect and even strengthen your brain, especially as we age. In fact, did you know that one of the most important things you can do before you go to sleep at night has a huge impact on your brain strength? In this video, we're going to talk about something that's incredibly important, something you should never forget to do before going to bed. We'll cover simple habits and actions that can help boost your brain health, keep your mind sharp, and even improve your overall sense of well-being. Now, you might be wondering, what could possibly make that much of a difference? Well, what we do right before we go to sleep has a profound effect on how our brains function. From your sleep routine to the simple activities you might be overlooking, we're about to dive into it all. But first, let's start with the first habit. We all know that a good night's sleep is essential for our well-being. But did you know that it's also essential for your brain to recharge and refresh itself? You've probably heard the phrase, sleep on it, when it comes to problem solving, and there's a reason for that. Sleep allows your brain to process and organize all the information you took in during the day. It helps you remember things, improves your mood, and even sharpens your focus the next day. But here's something crucial. It's not just about the amount of sleep you get, it's also about the quality of that sleep. And the truth is, there are a few small steps you can take right before bedtime to make sure your sleep is the most effective for your brain health. One thing you can do is make your bedroom a sleep-friendly environment. Think about it. When was the last time you took a good look at your sleeping space? Is your room dark enough? Is the temperature comfortable? Do you have any distractions that could interrupt your sleep, like bright lights or noise? The more comfortable and relaxing your bedroom is, the easier it will be for your brain to rest and rejuvenate. A good sleep environment helps your brain switch into relaxation mode faster, which is exactly what you need for a peaceful night's sleep. And that's crucial because the deeper the sleep, the better your brain can clear out the junk from the day, strengthen memories, and even boost your mood. It's like hitting the reset button for your brain. Now, let's talk about another key habit. You've probably heard the term wind down before bedtime. What does that really mean? In simple terms, it's all about preparing your brain and body for rest. We live in a fast-paced world, and sometimes it feels like we're always on the go. But taking even just 20 to 30 minutes before bed to calm down can make a world of difference. You see, many of us have a tendency to jump straight into bed after a busy day, still thinking about all the tasks, worries, or excitement we had throughout the day. This can make it harder for our brain to relax and get into that restorative sleep state. The secret? Create a calming bedtime ritual. Try reading a book, practicing deep breathing, or doing some gentle stretches. When you give yourself that time to unwind, your brain gets the message that it's time to shift gears. By engaging in relaxing activities before sleep, you're signaling your body to release those stress hormones and start producing the calming hormones like melatonin. This makes it easier for your body and brain to ease into that restorative, deep sleep that's so crucial for brain health. But here's the thing. What you do before sleep is only part of the equation. The next habit is about taking care of your brain during the day. We often think that our brain health is all about sleep, but it's not just about when you rest. It's also about how you treat your brain while you're awake. What you eat plays a huge role in your brain's health. Nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and vitamins are vital for keeping your brain sharp and strong. So before you turn in for the night, think about what you've been eating throughout the day. Did you nourish your brain with healthy foods like fish, nuts, berries, and leafy greens? These foods are packed with nutrients that support brain function and memory. And let's not forget about hydration. Dehydration can cause fogginess and slow down your brain's ability to function, so drinking plenty of water throughout the day is important for maintaining mental clarity. Just like you wouldn't let your phone run out of battery before you go to bed, you shouldn't let your brain run low on water either. Now that we've covered some essential habits for preparing your brain for rest, let's move on. Because getting a good night's sleep and fueling your brain with the right nutrients is just the beginning. There's another very important step that a lot of people overlook, and it can make a massive difference in how your brain functions, especially as you age. So stay with me as we dive into the next key habit. Now that we've discussed the importance of sleep and how to prepare your brain for a restful night, let's focus on another critical habit that you should never forget before you sleep. This one is all about your mind's activity during the evening hours. We all know that our brains are constantly processing information, whether we're aware of it or not. But what we often don't realize is how much of that processing happens right before we sleep. This is when our brains are organizing, making connections, and even cleaning up the clutter of the day. And here's the kicker. The last thoughts you have before you sleep can set the tone for how your brain handles that process. Think about it for a moment. Have you ever gone to bed feeling stressed, anxious, or upset about something that happened earlier in the day? When your mind is full of worry or frustration, it becomes harder for you to relax and get the sleep you need. That stress can actually interfere with your brain's ability to process the day's events and restore itself properly. So, what can you do about it? Well, here's a simple yet powerful habit. Practice gratitude before you go to bed. It may sound small, but taking a few moments to focus on the things you're thankful for can work wonders for your mind. It doesn't have to be anything major. Maybe you're grateful for a warm cup of tea, a good conversation you had, or even just the fact that you were able to enjoy some fresh air today. Gratitude helps to calm your mind, shift your focus away from stress, and create a positive mental environment. When your brain is in a more positive, relaxed state, it's much easier for it to process everything that's happened during the day. This can lead to more restful sleep and improved cognitive function the next day. Plus, research has shown that people who regularly practice gratitude tend to experience less anxiety and depression, which are often linked to memory problems and brain aging. So, every night before you go to bed, take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for. You can even keep a gratitude journal by your bedside and write down 3 things each night. It's a simple practice, but over time, it can make a significant difference in your overall mental health and cognitive function. Now, let's move on to another essential habit that can make a big impact on your brain health, especially as you get older. You've probably heard that regular exercise is important for your physical health, but did you know that it's just as crucial for your brain? Physical activity helps to improve blood flow to the brain, promotes the growth of new brain cells, and supports the connections between brain cells. But the key here is consistency. You don't need to be running marathons or lifting heavy weights. Even light exercise can make a big difference. A great way to incorporate exercise into your routine is by taking a walk after dinner. This not only helps your body digest your meal, but it also encourages blood flow to the brain, which is essential for cognitive function. Plus, walking is a low-impact activity that's easy on the joints, making it a perfect choice for many older adults. Just a 20 to 30-minute walk each evening can help reduce brain fog, improve memory, and even boost your mood. If you prefer something a little more structured, you can try doing some light yoga or stretching before bed. Yoga is excellent for reducing stress and tension, which can help improve your sleep quality. It's also beneficial for your brain, as it encourages mindfulness and relaxation, 2 key ingredients for a healthy mind. Gentle yoga poses like child's pose or seated forward bend can release the tension from the day and prepare your brain for deep, restorative sleep. Now, while exercise is key, there's one more thing you should keep in mind, especially as you approach bedtime. It's all about your screen time. We live in a world where it's easy to get glued to our phones, tablets, and televisions, and before we know it, hours have passed. But here's the thing. The blue light emitted by screens can interfere with your body's natural production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you sleep. So, try to avoid using your phone or watching TV right before bed. Instead, engage in activities that allow your brain to wind down and relax. Read a book, listen to calming music, or even try some relaxation exercises like deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation.
These activities will not only help your brain relax, but they'll also make it easier for you to fall asleep and wake up feeling more refreshed. Now that we've covered some powerful habits to help your brain stay strong and sharp, there's one final step that many people overlook, but it's just as crucial. This step involves setting the stage for your brain to stay healthy in the long term, and it all comes down to your mindset. As we age, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that our brains are naturally slowing down. But the truth is, your brain has an incredible ability to adapt and change even in later years. The key to keeping your brain strong is to stay mentally active and engaged. The more you challenge your brain, the stronger it becomes. Simple activities like doing puzzles, reading, learning a new skill, or even playing memory games can all help stimulate your brain and keep it sharp. And just like any muscle, the more you use your brain, the better it performs. So, before you go to bed, take a moment to reflect on how you've challenged your brain throughout the day. Whether you've tried a new recipe, learned a new word, or solved a tricky puzzle, give yourself credit for keeping your mind engaged. Remember, the goal isn't to stress yourself out with trying to do it all at once. It's about finding small, enjoyable ways to keep your brain active. The more you keep your brain engaged, the better it will perform, not just today, but well into the future. With these simple habits in place, you'll be doing wonders for your brain, ensuring that it stays strong, sharp, and healthy for years to come. But the final habit is perhaps the most important, and it ties everything together. So let's dive into that next, and I'll show you how to seal the deal for a truly sharp mind. Now that we've covered some powerful habits for keeping your brain strong and sharp, there's one final habit that can truly make all the difference. This last piece ties everything together and is the key to maintaining long-term brain health. It's a simple but often overlooked practice: consistency. It might seem obvious, but many people underestimate just how important consistency is for brain health. After all, you might try a new habit one night, feel great the next day, and then forget to do it again for a few days. Or maybe you get really excited about practicing gratitude or doing some light exercise before bed, but after a week or two, you find yourself slipping back into old patterns. Here's the thing: your brain is like a muscle, and like any muscle, it requires regular exercise and care. If you want to see the benefits of the habits we've talked about, better sleep, sharper memory, and increased focus, you need to make these practices part of your daily routine. The more consistently you do them, the stronger your brain becomes over time. So, how can you ensure that these habits stick? One approach is to build a routine that you can easily follow every night. It doesn't need to be complicated or time-consuming. Start by choosing just a few key habits that you can realistically incorporate into your evening routine. Whether it's creating a calming sleep environment, practicing gratitude, or going for a short walk, make these activities part of your wind-down process. One helpful trick is to set a reminder on your phone or create a visual cue. Perhaps a small note on your nightstand reminding you to practice gratitude, or a calming playlist that signals it's time to start winding down. These simple reminders can help you stay on track, even on days when you feel tired or distracted. And soon, these habits will become second nature. Another way to stay consistent is by tracking your progress. Keeping a journal of your nightly routines or reflecting on how you feel the next day can be a powerful motivator. It's easy to overlook the subtle improvements in how you feel, but when you track them, you can see just how much of a difference these habits are making in your life. And when you see the positive changes, you'll be even more motivated to stick with it. But consistency doesn't just help you see the results. It also ensures that your brain stays in tip-top shape as you age. As you consistently prioritize sleep, exercise, mental engagement, and relaxation, your brain will become more resilient to stress and age-related decline. You'll find that your memory stays sharp, your focus improves, and you feel more mentally alert. This means you'll be able to enjoy your golden years with a greater sense of vitality and joy.
And here's a little secret: it's not just about the brain. These habits, good sleep, physical activity, mental engagement, and relaxation, also improve your overall well-being. When your brain is strong, your mood lifts, your energy increases, and your quality of life improves. You'll find yourself more capable of handling life's challenges, staying engaged with your family and friends, and embracing new experiences with an open mind.
As we reach the end of this video, I want to leave you with one final thought. Age is just a number. No matter how old you are, you have the power to take charge of your brain health and make a difference in how you feel every day. It's never too late to start, and every small step you take can have a big impact. Whether it's improving your sleep, exercising more, or practicing gratitude, each little change you make adds up over time. Remember, your brain is one of your most valuable assets, and by nurturing it with the right habits, you can maintain its strength for years to come. So take this advice and incorporate these habits into your life, one small step at a time, and watch as your mind grows sharper, stronger, and more resilient. I'd love to hear about your experiences with these habits. If you found any of these tips helpful, feel free to share your thoughts or any other tips you have for brain health in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel for more helpful content. Here's to living your best life at any age, strong, sharp, and full of vitality. Keep taking care of your mind, and remember, it's never too late to feel your best.